Haley Outen here at the Amway Center. I'm joined by former UCF basketball player Mike O'Donnell. Everything gets started today. Mike, talk to me about how exciting the postseason is as a player. I mean, it's a lot of pressure. You never know when your last game's going to be.
Yeah, you know, all bets are off when it comes to conference play. Any team can win it. The American Conference is so packed full of talent. Each team has the capabilities to go on a run. Each team has the capability to maybe drop a game. I mean, it's win or go home for so many of these teams right now. We're in for a serious tournament.
And before the games get started today, we had the yearly award press conference. Nick Moore, Player of the Year, great season. Obviously tough that they can't be here this week and play in the postseason, but what have you seen from Nick throughout the course of the year that makes him the standout that he is?
He's probably a top 3 point guard in the country. He is sound on both ends of the floor. He has an uncanny knack for getting to the rim, finding his teammates for open shots, and he can just flat out shoot the three in crunch time. Anytime where SMU needs a big bucket, they go to Nick Moore to either make a shot or make a play for his teammates. He has an incredible assist-to-turnover ratio. He's the epitome of what a student athlete should be, an outstanding player. It's a shame he couldn't be here today, but there's no question that Nick Moore deserves all the accolades that he's receiving.
And as you said, Nick can't be here today, but Commissioner Mike Oresco had some nice things to say about Nick after the press conference.
I think Nick is a perfect example of a leader who, as you know, for instance, he's not the biggest fellow on the court. He may not necessarily be the fastest, but he is a great basketball player. He can do things that others just can't do. He has an uncanny ability to make the big play. He's a great clutch player. He's a leader, and he takes all his skills and he puts them together in a way that maximizes them. And he's a real leader, and he's been the heart and soul of that team for several years now. I just really admire what he and Marcus Kennedy and the other terrific players there have done in building this program.
And then moving on to Head Coach of the Year, Fran Dunphy. 2 years in a row, the league's coaches have voted Fran as the Coach of the Year. Obviously meant a lot to him. You could see it on the stage. But how great of a coach is Fran? I mean, they were picked to finish 6th this year, and they ended up winning the conference in the regular season.
Yeah, unbelievable job by Temple. I mean, that is coaching. There's no question. And he alluded to it in a lot of his interviews that it was an honor to be voted by his peers for this opportunity. And I think for him to step up and win Coach of the Year, his players end up getting all the credit. He just always diverts all the attention to his players. And I think it's a special time for Temple, but they love him there in Philadelphia. And he wins games, he recruits that area. His players love to play for him, well-deserved.
Yeah, and the culture that Fran instills in his team, you can see it out on the court, just really developing great guys, great leaders, great teammates.
Now, there's no question. He stresses those factors all year long. It's not just in the beginning of the year. It's not in the middle. It's not at the end. He wants you to be a good teammate. He wants you to play hard. He wants you to respect the coaches. He wants you to embody being an NCAA student athlete. You go to class, you go to study hall. There's so many factors that go into that. Fran Dunphy takes all those factors to heart, and that's why he's so well respected across the country. The culture that he's put into this Temple organization is truly spectacular, and it's modeled after so many other teams in the country.
And Fran had some nice things to say following the press conference. Take a look.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting year. When we were early in the season, we played some really good basketball teams. We played an unbelievable schedule, and we've had some really good wins. We've had some tough losses. At one point, I think we were 5 and 6 to finish where we did and to finish in first place in the league. Terrific accomplishment by this particular group. And always, I think it's because of the leadership within the group. And the one guy who I would like to point out is Jalen Bond, because I think he's really a terrific leader for us. He didn't get a lot of individual recognition, but I will tell you from the coaching staff, he has great recognition.
As we talked about yesterday, Memphis the 6th seed in the tournament, and they have some star talent on their team. Dedric Lawson, Rookie of the Year. How important is he for the Tigers this week?
He's become their go-to guy. You know, Josh Pastner relies heavily upon him, not just on the offensive end, but the defensive end as well. He's got great length. He's an incredible athlete. He is basically a walking double-double every time he steps onto the court. He's going to play a large amount of minutes as a freshman. Now in the conference tournament, Lawson may have gotten Rookie of the Year. He doesn't play like a rookie, though. He has a tremendous respect from his teammates and his coaching staff. He's playing at a sophomore, junior level right now. He is a special player to watch.
And Dedric, I think, was surprised and impressed by how tough this league was, and he had a few things to say about how tough it was to play in the American Athletic Conference this season.
I'm very excited to go out there and play. This is something I dreamed of since I was young, and to finally be a part of the college atmosphere is just a blessed opportunity.
And moving on, the last award that was announced today, Scholar Athlete of the Year, Shaq Harrison from Tulsa. Great player on the court, great guy in the classroom. How tough is that as a student athlete to get it done on the court, but also get it done in the classroom?
I give a lot of props to Shaq Harrison. I mean, they never would want to give me that award. You know, I never had a high enough GPA, but it's very difficult to be a student athlete. That's understatement of the year, the amount of practice you have to go through and preparation, but then on top of that, the schoolwork. You have to go to study hall, you have to go to training table, you got to get a pregame in the train room, get your ankles taped, then you're flying on the plane back home, you have to study on the plane. You know, it's hard for everybody, but those that excel, it's a special opportunity for Shaq Harrison to receive this award. It's well deserved, and he's the embodiment of what an NCAA student athlete should be.
And Shaq was very humbled and honored to receive this award. Take a look at what he had to say following the press conference.
It means a lot. The hard work in the classroom, it shows also got that award. It's not easy, you know, going to school, going to class and playing basketball every day. So it's tough, and to know I've been recognized for it means a lot.
All right, well, it's going to be a great week. Tip-off is set for 3:30 p.m. Eastern as USF takes on East Carolina, and you can follow along as Mike will have analysis and coverage on Twitter throughout the course of the day. You can also check out his blog at theamerican.org. For the American Digital Network, Mike O'Donnell and Haley Outen.